Okay. It is Thursday, February 15th, about 4 in the afternoon. Um, I had a good group today. I want to discuss that I'm 141 days sober. Remind you that I wear this because I had all my teeth pulled before my heart surgery back in November of 2023. I had my teeth pulled 2 days before my heart surgery. So today at IOP we talked about vulnerability, and I just wanted to touch on that a little bit about me feeling vulnerable when I do something like this, especially not liking to see myself and how I look with this mask on, especially how I look without it. I mean, I take it off around family and people in the house now, but when I leave the house or participate in anything, I wear it at all times. And I won't have teeth until May 2024, so it'll be, 3 more months, a little over 3 months before I have any. So, there was also somebody in my IOP today who was remotely in the group, and what they shared, some of the things they shared, it brought me to tears because they were crying and I could feel their pain. I remembered feeling the things like not being able to be with my kids and, having to be sober away from them. And it's one thing to be able to see your kids and then use when they're not around than it is to stay sober and not be around them at all. So I just wanted to bring that up. I offered my contact information for my fellow IOP person that was struggling today, and I hope that she's able to reach out and maybe I can help her in one way or another. I also thought vulnerability, something makes you feel vulnerable and or something that you're doing makes you uncomfortable, like this makes me, then it's likely because it's a good thing. This is so out of my comfort zone. So, the other thing I want to talk about was my counselor today. She touched on a few things that were really helpful, like the dreams I've been having, and said that with my dreams, to have some sort of symbol that reminds me of something positive on my nightstand, so when I wake up, it's there for me to reach for, like a rock or a cross or something symbolic of, my higher power. So I'm going to give that a try. The other thing I shared with her, and the last thing I'll share before I leave you, is about a month ago when I was headed to the dentist, the person that took me, I was just sharing some inner feelings with and, being vulnerable. And the person I was with, told me to smile big before I went into the dentist, and I don't have any teeth. So, I understand their humor, but, I felt like, do they understand? I know they understand how I feel without teeth because I know that they have false teeth themselves. And so, when they said that, I didn't respond. It kind of bothered me. I went in, I was early, so I came back out to wait in the car with them. And I brought it up and they said, when did you become such a wussy? And I was thinking, wussy? And that's the response I got for sharing my feelings. So I said, well, what would you do if you didn't have any? And they said, well, I wouldn't leave the house. And so I said, I didn't think so. And in my head, it said, because that's what a wussy would do, is not leave the house. So the shame that got put on me was not my shame. It was somebody else's shame. And in the past, I have not been able to let that roll off of me like I do now. And I want to thank my higher power for that. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. Things in my life are going better each day. I know that my videos are probably boring with somebody talking, but my goal here isn't to have 100 million views. It's more or less that maybe someone might hear it and I could help them. And maybe they'll hear something that will work for them. So remember, if you don't like it, change it. Stay in control of your life. Beauty is within. And when I forget or have a hard time choosing what route to take or choice to make, I try to think of what would Valerie do, because I lost myself, and now that I've found myself again, I have to think back of my sober self and what I would have done, or the type of choice I would have made at that point. And it always leads me to a good choice. So, in closing, if you hear this, thank you for listening, and I hope this can help.